What's going on, guys and gals? This is Auto Tech. I'm just on my way home from work right now, and I'm kind of cooking to death right now because our mornings are still pretty cold, so I wear the hoodie, but then in the afternoon it is definitely not hoodie weather. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a warning. This video is gonna be a rant. Not necessarily about anything that happened today per se, but just stuff I've been noticing over the years. So I know quite a few of my subscribers tend to work with their hands, work trades, similar type jobs is what I'm doing. Just from like previous work-related videos that I've brought up and whatnot. And this video is even going to apply to the people that work at desks. Like I've some of my desk jockey buddies, they've complained about similar stuff. So it just kind of seems to be like a North America standard, I guess. I remember back in the day, or there was a time when there used to be like a saying, you work hard, you'll get far, or like if you put in the time, it'll pay off. If you just do your part, you'll get rewarded. Stuff along those lines. I remember, like people used to say like, oh, show up early, do your job, don't complain, stay late when needed, and it's going to benefit you in the long run. But does it anymore? Like, I've noticed that hard work doesn't get rewarded anymore, and it seems to just kind of get overlooked, taken for granted. And the biggest thing I've been noticing over the last few years is it kind of seems like if you're the hardworking person or like a hardworking employee, you seem to kind of get the short end of the stick, like the crap, I've been noticing that at quite a few shops. Like, it just seems like these days, like, I don't know, like the dumb people get the rewards, and it bugs me. I find quite often, like, it just starts to get taken for granted, For example, like you cover extra shifts, you come in on days that you're off just so you can kind of get ahead, earn yourself some extra money, which in turn earns the company extra money. But then they're just kind of like, okay, well, then we'll see you next Saturday. And it's, no, you don't assume I'm coming in on Saturday, because it's strictly like voluntary, like I'm doing this out of the kindness of my empty wallet. Or for example, you don't complain about the jobs you're doing. Like, this will be more so towards like people that do like flat rate stuff or like piecework or whatever. But like if there's a crap job that you're not really going to make a bunch of money on, you do it. You don't complain. Like, yeah, you can say like this sucks after you're done, or you can like hand in the paperwork once you're all finished and be like, yeah, that was crap, but you did it. And you might have broken even on it, you might not have really lost on it. But I've noticed, like, you'll get someone who cries and complains, like, oh, I don't want to do that job because I'm not going to make any money on it. Give it to someone else. So then the boss will say, like, hey, you want to do this job? And it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I don't want to do it, but I'll do it, whatever. So you get the job that you kind of, like, break even on or barely make time on. And instead of punishing the person that complains about not wanting to do the job, they end up getting some like gravy train job, something super simple that they make a ton of money on. And it's like, great, so I get punished for doing my part and they get rewarded. So like, that doesn't really pay out. And I remember that too, even when I was like a teenager and I was doing like concrete work and stuff like that. It'd be like, somebody wouldn't want to lay the forms because they're heavy, and it's like, so then suddenly they get to like just pound steaks. Meanwhile, you're laying forms, and it's like, what the hell? How does that work out? Like, they should have to like shovel dirt or do something like equally crappy. Staying late seems to get extremely taken for granted, and to the point where it's almost expected. It'll be like 15, 20 minutes before the shift's over, and, someone who complains a lot will get a job that might take them 10 to 15 minutes past their shift. And they're like, I can't stay late. Like, oh, I gotta go do this, or I gotta go do that. Like, I gotta go cook craft dinner, the microwave kind. So then they hand you the job, and it's like, well, you don't mind staying late. Like, you don't have nothing else to do. It's like, okay, well, yeah, whatever, I'll do it. So then you get stuck 15 minutes late. Meanwhile, that guy strolls out the door 10 minutes early. Again, like without any sort of punishment or, you know, recourse or whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of like, at the end of it all, like you're kind of sitting there and you're like, maybe I should just be a bad employee. Like, it doesn't seem to pay off to show up early. It doesn't seem to pay off to work hard. And it doesn't seem to pay off to, like, stay late. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, what have you guys been finding lately, like, with your jobs and industries and stuff like that? Like, I know pretty well every single one of my friends works in the trades, and it's, like, the going standard, whether you're a welder, plumber, pipe fitter, heavy equipment operator, or a mechanic such as myself. It just seems to be the going thing these days that they will cater to the punks and then reward them with simple stuff just to keep them from complaining, let them go early and whatnot. Meanwhile, they like punish the guys that they should really and truly be trying to keep happy. Yeah, I don't know. This isn't like any one particular thing that brought this to my mind. I've just kind of noticed this over the years, like at numerous different shops, and I was kind of thinking about it today, and I was like, oh man, that like really drives me nuts. And I was like, maybe I'll make a video about it, see what other people say. So make sure you let me know down below if you think hard work pays off, or if you get rewarded for it, or if you've been kind of finding over the last few years everything I just said. Sorry about the long rant, but that should be good for a laugh for some people. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for taking the time and watching.